Hello, beautiful people. I'm Shivani, and this is Barrfi, a conscious revolution where I help you to create a beautiful life that you truly desire through spirituality and mindset. And in this episode, we are going to talk about what do we have in May for us. I have my cards spread out in front of me. I'm sorry I cannot show you, but I might just pick and show you all of them one by one. And if you like this video, if you're watching it on YouTube, please like and subscribe. And if you are watching it on IGTV, please leave me a comment and like it and let me know if this resonates with you. As always, I'm sending you so much of love. And now let's begin. May is really we've been I think the entire March and April have been so intense for all of us because it's for big changes thrown at us, which the collective thought that they were not ready for it. And but April was still we had this quarantine fever, if I should say. We were trying new hobbies, being on Instagram, TikTok, and doing just stuff. And as we approach May, I see so many people. It's like the fire is fizzling out. Obviously, Aries season ends and Taurus season begins, and that is the end of the fire and beginning of the earth energy. And the earth energy is, yes, solid and reliable, but it is also somewhat very slow. It is slow. And it's like our fire, we were going at the speed of 100 and 1000, and we were there was these breaks, and we are oh my god, what just happened? And welcome to May. Definitely the energies are much more lighter than what we experienced in March and April. We don't have the Saturn Capricorn retrograde. Of course, Saturn is going retrograde, but we don't have the whole conjunction which was happening. They were so close together. It's now the effect is really kind of settling down. Yes, it's not to say that May is not an important month. I mean, obviously all months are important, but with May I just feel that it's time for us to, the first card which popped up was Thinker. So it's time for us to now that we have done our Aries stuff to just go crazy about the whole, oh my god, we're in a quarantine. Now we get the time to sit and think and feel and actually think. And I feel it's a great time for us to reevaluate our priorities, to reevaluate our plans going forward, because obviously once it's over, we will be entering a new place. It's not going to be the world which we left. Of course, it's going to take time for these effects to come through, but the changes will very, very, very be visible. Yes, I got the card, the crumbling. So obviously structures are falling down. Old things were obviously not working anyway, so things had to fall down, and that's what will continue to happen in May as people recognize a new way of living. I'm seeing so many people making this transition in their life, be it in their relationships, be it in their career, be it in their money sector, or any of the areas. They are really obviously the collective is awakening, and people are seeing things from a new perspective, and which is why the card Thinker, it's really important right now to, instead of feeling like you're stuck in this quarantine, which you will feel because earth energy is like that, very slow moving, so you might feel frustrated, which is what we felt in the new moon in Taurus when it happened. But and this will continue to go on till almost 20th of May, where we have the Taurus energy continuing. So I think it's very important to understand the energies when we are looking at how is the month going to be. So Taurus energy plus Gemini energy. Okay, that's what the May season is about. The Taurus energy is very, it's an earthy energy, it's an earth energy, and it is all about taking strong actions, and it's about, but strong actions are followed by a lot of planning, a lot of speculation, a lot of thinking, and honestly there is thought behind every action. It's not like Aries, it's not like a Gemini action which is da da da, let's do it. It's more like slow but steady, okay? And that's what that energy of Taurus can be, which sometimes can feel really frustrating, especially for people who are really in a rush to go. And so, think a card is to like allow yourself this time to reflect. Please do not try. I mean, it's really, at this point, we understand and we know already that it's really futile to really blame our outer reality. It's time, like, you have this time. We are here in this time experiencing what's happening. And so instead of just being like frustrated and blaming the reality, what you're experiencing on the outside, just reflect. Use this time to reflect, to think, to go deeper, and to really reevaluate your decisions. Because, as I said, once we come out, it will be like another world out there. Yes. I also got the card Keepers of the Earth. You are not alone in this. Your ancestors stand beside you. So, spiritually, of course, it means that our ancestors are supporting this. There have been so many theories who already predicted this time. Of course, I mean, of course, I don't want to go into all of that, but we know evidently that this would happen. In this way, of course, not. But we knew that there is a change needed. There has to be a new way of living. There has to be the new age awakening, and this is what it is. Unfortunately, this is what it looks like, and we're still at the tip of the iceberg, honestly. So I think this is a very beautiful message that our ancestors are looking after us, and they knew, they kind of like also laid foundations for us. And I also feel with the card Keepers of the Earth, you are not alone. This is also uh, a great sign, because I'm seeing it all around me, how the communities are coming together, how people are really coming together, even though we are like having the social distancing, being at our homes. The distance between the hearts right now, it's really diminishing. I feel earlier we were like close together physically, but we were not so close emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And now that we're experiencing this distance, all that physical distance is really causing the spiritual, mental, emotional distance to really diminish. And this is happening with everyone, honestly. We can feel that distance melting away. Because why? Because we are going deeper into our hearts, and we are connecting from our hearts instead of from our ego and our mind. And just because someone is in front of me, so let's just talk and let's do my work and let get up the next morning. We are really, I think a lot of us are looking at our friendships and really looking at our relationships and really looking at people in our life and the value they serve and the feelings that we have for them. And the ego is honestly dying. And that's, I think with the card crumbling, this is what it means, the death of the ego. And that's what the collapse of the matrix is, the death of the ego. Yeah. So with this, we also have dance. And as always, like before today, I actually danced, because for me that was a way of connecting to the energies. Because I thought I'm slow, but this Taurus season is making me realize how much in a rush I am most of the time, and I'm really using dance as a tool to slow myself down, to take it one at a time, things one at a time. And dance really shifts your vibration, because you're moving with the music. And especially, I think, try to dance on something which is really, and of course it's your personal preference, but I'm really picking up songs which are like slow moving, and which really allows, because I really need to slow down, I'm recognizing. And I'm someone who thought I was really slow. So yeah, take it as you will, but really try to adapt dance into your life in some way or the other. I really feel it will support us so deeply at this time, especially because, and which is in a way it's fun, right? How people are posting TikTok. Like I saw someone's video. I watched someone's videos shared on Instagram, and they were saying how TikTok is actually more fun than Instagram, because people are dancing. And when we're dancing and singing and doing all these fun, frivolous things, we're really shifting our vibration and really allowing the joy and the heart space to get active. So yeah, if you feel like dancing, even if you don't feel like dancing, like try to inculcate dancing. It will really allow you to flow with this earth energy, to really ground you. And which also brings me to, because May is a lot about this Taurus energy. Ground yourself, spend time in nature, meditate, dance, whatever floats your boat, but really try to ground yourself. It is an earth energy and it calls you to experience the beauty of earth, because the earth, especially at this time, is going through a massive transformation. And we are in the earth season, and I'm sure we all can feel that energy of the earth, shifting and collapsing old timelines and creating new ones, and really transforming physically as well as energetically. Because what is new age? New age is the ascension of the earth from the third dimension to the fifth dimension. I do have an IGTV on that, and if you're watching it on YouTube, I have a video on that as well. So if you're confused what I'm talking about, 3D, 4D, 5D, you can watch that video. I'll probably link it if I find the link. And yes, as I said, because all this time we're experiencing this physical distance right now, we are really, really, really valuing the sweetness that the relationships bring into our life, and I feel our hearts are really opening more with this. Wow, it's not a pretty process when our hearts open. The ever unfolding rose, it's not pretty, because our hearts, we shut down our hearts when we experience pain and fear and trauma, and we feel like we're protecting ourselves. Our ego feels like we're protecting ourselves, but the thing is that that is really keeping us away from what we truly want to experience. And as humans, we want to experience love, we want to experience that emotional intimacy, we want to experience that closeness, and that actual bond between human beings. But when we shut down our hearts, and when we like really shut down our heart chakras, that because that's how we've lived almost honestly all our lives, and now it's really opening. And with it happening, with every, imagine all of the human beings right now really opening their heart chakra at once. It is intense, the energy is really, really intense in the collective, and it's painful, because your ego would really, really try to fight back. Your ego would really want to cling and really want to cling. Do you see this? Your ego is really trying to cling on to it. So what are you clinging on to? It's your ego. Your ego would say, no, it's not worth it, and blah, blah, blah. But the desire right now, I feel, to connect with people and things, and uh, really, like, the calling of love is really much higher than fear right now. And which is what we knew new age is going to bring about, right? So the ever unfolding rose also says cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. And it's so important to remember that whenever we experience this pain, this death of ego, or ascension, or whatever you want to call it, or probably your physical life crumbling or shifting, or completely revamping, it might feel like on the physical that, oh my god, everything is collapsing, but honestly, in all true essence, it's aligning. And it's important to remind yourself, that, right? And even right now, what I am transmitting to you, all of these things. It's just like we are reminding each other. Yes, so it's important for you to remind yourself, and that happens when your heart refuses to open up and tries to hold on to your ego. uh, and it will, because the earth energy is stubborn. The Taurus energy is stubborn. It likes it loves, honestly, it loves the whole idea of staying comfortable. And right now we are being pushed. But but isn't it wonderful that we are being pushed towards love, and we have so much of resistance against love, but we want love. And so when you will see how it is unfolding, it might not really make sense. So don't try to make sense, and just try to flow with it. slowly, which is why we have the card dancing. Because you see the two cards, they have such beautiful similar energies. When you try to flow with it one day at a time, it gets easier. Don't try to get yourself into the future. The more present you stay, the more miracles you experience, the more epiphanies you receive. And epiphanies is a big word in the month of May as well. Things are gonna start make more sense. Things are gonna get clearer. I can vouch for that. Even though on the outside it might seem like what is happening, it's crazy, but your life individually will actually start getting clearer. Your priorities are gonna get clearer. All that confusion, all that illusion, honestly, the whole of the collapse of the 3D matrix system, it's all like washed out with that. So your priorities in your life will start to make more sense, which can also be painful, because that means that you are leaving behind your old life, and that can be painful if you haven't already done that. Yeah. So what next? We have also have the card to be fair. As I said, karmic rewards are here. May is the month of summers, right? What are summers for? You get fruits. So yes, this season can also bring for a lot of you who have been on this path for a very long time, really doing the work, really lifting your vibration, really going through the ascension process, really putting in that energetic work. You will experience a lot of karmic rewards. As actually things start making more sense to other people. So this is what happens when everybody starts awakening up. All the karmic interferences get dissolved and diluted, right? And when that happens, everything starts making more sense even for you, right? So it's like all the blockages are cleared out. And as everybody starts gaining more clarity in their life, you also start gaining clarity in your life, which is why a lot of people are like, oh, I'm awakening and I don't want to do anything with anybody who's not awakening. Yes, to a certain degree, you can make the decision, you can make that choice, and you will attract people who probably you want to attract. But we need to understand that in a larger perspective, we all want everybody to be awakened, because that's how that karmic um, debts are cleared, that's how those karmic blockages are cleared, and that's how everybody awakens to their own purpose, and so they are in the right place, right? So, and when everybody is in the right place, you are also in the right place, receiving support from the people you're meant to receive support from, or abundance from, or love from, and you are able to give to people who are meant to receive it from you, because then now they are online and available, and earlier they were not. Interesting how so many people are actually online right now and actually watching content like this, spiritual content, and really awakening to something beyond. Very interesting at that. Okay, so that being said, yes, things are going to get so much more clearer and fairer. 2020 is anyway a year of clarity. 2020 vision. Yes, never ever forget that. That's what the path we are on. And May is like the fifth month of the year, and as we've always seen, the first half of the year is almost a continuation of the previous year. So in a way, we're actually ascending and actually entering a new realm. June is going to be really big because we have some eclipses lined up. Eclipses are total game changers. So May could be like a prep up for that energy. Yes. And as I said, as more and more people come online, you will now start seeing more and more people talking about things which you thought were taboo, which you thought were not supposed to be talked about, which you thought that people were not ready to listen. People are really coming out of the cave. And if you're not, you're really being advised to do so, because now more than ever, the world needs your light. The world needs your inspiration, your creativity. Uh, we have this trauma, this fear against expressing ourselves, because we have experienced persecution and all of those things in our past lives, which is why we're really we have this deep unknown fear of expressing ourselves. But I want you to recognize and probably remind yourself again and again and again that I am safe in this time and space, and that I know that I'm safe, that this is the new age and nobody is going to persecute me, and I'm allowed to express myself. Yeah. And so the last one is, which we have two cards. So we have new life and we have go the distance. So with new life, as I said, May is like a breath of fresh air. Not much is gonna go, in waves, but it's gonna go more slower and steady. It's gonna give you a lot of ample of time to actually think and reflect. And so savor the time instead of complaining about it. You are really witnessing one of the most divine historical times in the history of humanity. So it's really an honor, honestly. I feel the as I said, the earth energy is all lot about action, but the action is not like ta da 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 da. Let's do it. Let's go. Blah. It's about like, let me think, let me reevaluate, and let me see the pros and let me see the cons. And now that I've seen everything, okay, this is now I feel that I should move forward with. So the first half of the May you can do the planning, and then probably when the Gemini season hits, when the communications lines start opening up, and when people start getting talking and getting out, I feel the by June, as it said, uh, when Gemini season hits, we will see a lot of relaxation in the lockdown as well. So you will, like, literally and metaphorically both ways. You will start actually. You will be actually feeling like taking actions and reaching out to people and saying and speaking. And so, as I said, yes, to Earth sign, Taurus signs, they take a lot of time to make decisions, but once they do, they really go after it. So, yes, if you have made a decision about something, don't hold back. Your new life is there, even if it doesn't look like. Honestly, at all time and space and reality, it is a divine choice. If you make that choice, you get it. You can make that choice right now in this time and space. So, with all the thinking that you've done throughout the May, and when you reach to the conclusions, know that you have a choice to choose in your reality. And I have a meditation on that, how to choose in your reality. So I'll probably leave the link in the description box, so you can DM me if you're watching it on Instagram, or if you're watching it on YouTube. Yeah, you will find the link in the description box. I think it's a beautiful meditation, and I'll also most likely will have a May meditation up. So look forward to that as well. But all in all, it's really a time for new life. It's really a time for new seeds to it's time for fruits, honestly, not even seeds. It's time for fruits. If you can see this card, it's time to actually wake up. If you see this girl, she's almost like yawning and waking up. So yeah, like, wake up, guys. You know how the song goes, wake me up when it's all over. I think by the end of May we will be singing, yeah, we can wake up. Like, wake up, it's time. If not now, when? So I hope this brings you light, and this serves you in your highest good. I am so happy to be the channel for you. As you can see, I've been speaking for a while now, but please follow me if you aren't following me. I make a lot of these videos, including EFT and self-help tools, basically to help you ascend and help you create the life that you truly desire. And yes, if you're interested in taking one-on-one private sessions with me, please reach out to me by either messaging me, or probably check out my website. You will get all the information there. Thank you so much for watching. I'm wishing you a beautiful, beautiful May. The affirmation from my calendar this May is, I'm choosing joy to lead me. So remember, where joy goes, you're allowed to follow it. Your joy will lead you to wherever you need to go. And I feel a lot of people really need that for their purpose right now, because I know you all are thinking. So follow your joy, and it'll really lead you to a miracle place. I'm sending you so much love. Take care and have a beautiful month ahead.